It's go time. What's up? What's going on, y'all? It is me, the Meilong Arrow Shield. We are back in the Lord of the Rings Online. To do some of this stuff, but I got distracted. Uh, Clear my mailbox. I got distracted with watching football, and my camera broke. If I can fix it. There we go. Camera's back. Okay. I have mailed my. Okay. We are back in the Lord of the Rings Online for some fun. Uh, okay. Look at us having plenty of room. Okay.
You're the friend of whom Mython spoke?
Yes, I am that friend. Uh, we left off where we are trying to uh, find out what's going on with Castamere supporter. So we can make sure that King LSR Nathan vouches for you, but you had better be on your finest behavior while you are with us. But a single toe out of line will wish you hadn't. Praise the memory of Casimir, all his heirs.
I hope Mython is right that you can be trusted.
Uh, beginning of this is a repeat. Just in case you didn't watch Friday's episode. Or been a while. Like a couple days. Plus it's always good to know why it doesn't like me. Okay. I found the right place. I'm delighted for you. Join us, my friend. Have another member of LR's court among our numbers seems almost too great a gift to leave. But I will get down. The meeting is soon to begin.
Follow me, please. The meeting will be held downstairs.
Starting to head down there.
You should introduce yourself to my friends before we begin.
Okay, let's start with Ebeth. I think you are one of us just because Mathon invited you to this meeting. You have not yet proven yourself to me. I spoke with a gossip monger in town who says that King Elisar has already departed Minas Tirith, and travels this way. Perhaps you will soon have a chance to prove yourself to me after all. Castadir, I have nothing to say to you. Count yourself fortunate I do not cut you down where you stand. You may have deceived Nathan, but I am not fooled by this part you say, man. Wow. It is true you are close to the king. Useful indeed. Tell him that Nathan mentioned another member of Elisar's court, a supporter of heirs of Castamere. Studies you care. But have yet to earn my trust, and until you do, I will speak no more of those who should remain secret. It should bring you joy to hear that the king is not as safe as he believes himself to be, and we may soon have the victory seat. Do not trouble yourself overmuch. They will warm up to you when they learn how useful you will be. I hope Elisar has enjoyed his king, or here's its end. Oh,
Welcome all to this gathering of our folk. Praise the memory of Castamere and all his heirs. Praise the heirs of Castamere.
praise the heirs of Castamere.
Ah, here is Ithiel. Welcome, welcome. We have some new faces here today. Who are your guests, Ithiel? Do they wish to join our ranks?
I present to you Tumuldo Fiercewater and his wife Nakasi Wave Reaper. They bring tidings to us from Umbar.
We do.
We do.
But who is this one who stands among you?
I am me.
Do the heirs of Castamere now ally with such as they?
It is said that when Balakor, the Scourge, met his end, it was at the hand of a dead man that he met it. They say it was the King Elisar who commanded the killing blow, but others stood nearby. Elf, a dwarf, their hero who bore the name Merciron. I had no love for Balakor. Asi and I preyed upon the ships he sent forth from Umbar before he came to power. But afterward, when we did not cease our roguery, they were ours to keep, so we did. So we placed them with these metal. Uldo raised his left hand. It shines in the dim light of the sun. The hand he cut from us were preserved, and now they decorate the cabin of our ship. Each forever clasping the other, a sign of our love, and also of our desire for vengeance. Your part in the death of Balakor has robbed us of that vengeance.
You were there when Balakor was slain? I knew this worm could not be trusted.
Well,
Castadir, be silent. What news do you bring from Umbar, Tumuldo? Does Balakor's family ready an assault upon Gondor?
They do not.
What? Why?
Oh,
The heirs of Castamere
thank
no
you, thank you,
longer
thank you for the
control
raid.
They have
Oh my
been
gosh.
overthrown.
How can this be?
Good
This
evening.
is a poor jest. Who thinks to supplant the heirs of Castamere?
Oh my gosh,
Kindred
all
of the
these
coins
followers,
have made
raids.
Umbar
What
a
is
free
up?
city.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Shaky
Stand
Dog.
against them, and they will free your head from your shoulders.
Negasi.
I figured before I do the Corsairs of Umbar
But
stuff,
my
I'm
wife
going
speaks
through
truth to you.
chapter 1 of Song of Waves and Wind.
A new power rules in Umbar. If you aid this power, you may be spared. If not,
You guys are awesome. I definitely appreciate
I
it.
have heard enough. The heirs of Castamere will not submit to more foreign rulers.
He does not sound happy.
Who leads this kindred of the coins?
7
I take it you guys play Lotro, or what all do you guys play?
And the people hold little love for Gondor in their hearts. We will give you time to think about our offer.
Do not think over long. The Sea Shadow grants mercy, but rare.
Marbles.
Nakasi, my love. Again, she speaks truth.
Oh,
Still, your choice is your own.
what's SOT? Is that marbles as in like old school marbles type of game or what? Oh, Sea of Thieves. Okay. My brother plays that. It looks awesome. I've never heard of that. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah, I've watched my brother play Sea of Thieves on his stream, and oh, it looks fun. Really? Gonna have to check that out. Need to write that down. Oh. It does sound fun, I will admit that. I don't understand how this could happen. I've heard no word from the heirs of Castamere who remained in Umbar. Lapcop made a bunch of cool. That sounds like too much talent for my. It is great to meet you. What are you making for dinner? I don't understand how this could have happened. We were from the heirs of Casimir who remained in Umbar. But I believe they would send messages as soon as they could from where they sprang this kindred of the coins and how could they so easily overthrow our folk. The heirs of Casimir were so established in the city. I cannot understand it. It's become of wow. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that word. Sakapel, the widow of Balakor, or of Balakad. Son, what are we now to do?
I feel, why did you bring them to us?
Us? It sounded fun.
You saw their manner of dress? I thought they were smugglers or corsairs. How was I to know they serve another master?
Yeah, coming from Sea of Thieves to this, especially right now,
Kindred
very
of
fitting.
The coins.
Right now, there's a sea theme going on with the new expansion for Lotro. I've had friends across the kingdoms, hidden in plain sight. We can rally the people of Gondor to our side. Aye, could be done. Folk of Gondor do not wish to be ruled by Elisar and his elf queen, nor do they wish to be made subservient to Umbar. If the kindred of the coins thinks to challenge us for the rule of Gondor, once our plans bear fruit and King Elisar is slain, perhaps they will find we are not so easily conquered. I have to believe this is the way it will be.
What was that? Follow me.
It sounded like a scream. Not only can I not read it.
Oh no.
Oh no! Although fierce water lies on the stone floor in a pool of his own blood. Gondorian blade buried in his wife, Akasi, kneels by him, her eyes burning with fury and with unshed tears.
Trusted ear, what have you done?
What have you done?
I planted my sword in his back, and I would do it again!
Of course you would.
So end all who threaten the heirs of Castamere.
They were guests. They were under our protection.
Who now will protect you from me?
From me.
This one?
Oh yeah. That might be. No, there is something about you that is different. You are not you're not with this rebel, even as they seek to court you. Muldo and I know well that achieving a goal can at times mean you must ally with your enemies. Are you willing to die with these? Or will you stand with me to repay their treachery? The next one they stab in the back might be you, or it might be a friend, or it might be a lover. Komodo was all of these to me.
They are both our enemies, my son. They must die.
Die! Oh, I gotta remember how to do this.
Trustedy has paid. No one else must die.
I'm playing on my ranger quite a bit.
Please, please, have mercy.
Ooh. I remember how to fight. Oh. Oh.
Why will you not speak? Why do you say nothing?
Okay. Think I'm remembering.
You will die for this. Castamere, guide my sword.
Yeah, you didn't last very long. I must say. Oh, I keep forgetting to recenter myself. Posse, I love. You were right. Gondor must die. Song. None of these vermin remain alive in place. The Moldo. You are avenged. Akasi turned her eyes to you. Let us leave this place. Go ahead of me. I will carry the body of my husband. He deserves to rest forever in the sea, not in these vile houses of stone.
My husband and I were at sea when Balakor summoned us to join his fleet as he besieged Gondor.
The Mariner class, for those of you maybe new, is the newest class for Lotro. Hey, thank you, Yoda Man. I definitely appreciate it. I had that. My husband and I were at sea, and Balakor summoned us to join his fleet as he besieged Gondor. Instead, we quit the war and sailed for home, and so we were robbed of our chance. Don't have to sub. It is part of the. You do have to buy the expansion to get the class. So don't really have to sub, but it is a purchase. Probably about 6 months after the release of the expansion, they put the game on the Lotro store, the in-game store for you to buy with Lotro points. But that's 6 months after the fact. It came out. It came out on the 8th, so on Wednesday is when it live served. It is a really fun expansion. It's definitely still supported. But the really cool part is now it's where they're at now, it's after the ring is destroyed. It's pretty much fan fiction now, where they're not necessarily constrained to the trilogy. Which is really, really fun in the route that they're taking the game. which the graphics, they're continuing to work on the graphics. They do have a big graphics they planned. Well, it's in the future because they have a bunch of changing of stuff to do. One of the things is it's still dependent on DirectX 9 because of how it's originally coded. So, with all that, there's a lot of work that they need to do to completely upgrade the graphics, but they do want to go 4K at some in the future. Which I do stream on their channel, on their Twitch channel, which is Lotro Stream on Tuesday nights. Shameless plug. Because I don't know what general chat's going to say in game. It said we quit the war and sailed for home. And so we were robbed of our chance to spit upon his corpse. Wow, they really didn't like Balak. But not before he took something else from me, for my youngest brother died there in service of the scourge. Meant we were near at hand when the uprising began, and when the waves seeded, the kindred of the coins ruled in Umbar, and the heir of Castamere were only a folded memory. I pronounced that. Good chance I didn't. Modo and I swore to fight for the kindred, and fight we have. But I was not certain that Gondor would have to die until this day. Now, however, I'm sure of it. The sea's shadow hates Gondor, and he has chosen the manner of its doom. The song of waves and wind will spell the end of Elisir's Gondor. And you would be wise to leave the kingdom before it does. The Gossi falls briefly silent, as if waiting for Tumuldo to speak. But he is dead. She turns cold eyes upon you. Today we were allies. The next time we meet, it will not be so. This is the only warning I will give to you. Gondor will pay for the death of Tumuldo. 1,000 times over it will pay. Do not stand in my... Wow. Talk to the gossip monger inside the east. Did I table mastery?
What tidings have I of King Elisir? Can it be you have not already heard?
Yes, a part of the White City and begins a tour of his kingdom. Thank you for the follows, Jerry Smith 23. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I definitely appreciate it. It's a part of the White City and begins a tour of his kingdom. Maybe a few weeks, but he will be coming here if you wish to see him.
I have heard his traveling party will be quite large, so it will take him some time to arrive.
The person with whom I spoke said the king intended to first visit Moth Melui. If you cannot wait for him to reach,
Greetings, friend.
do I have that unlocked? I do have it unlocked. take the swift way. Why not? Well, I need to take off my sweatshirt. It's starting to get warm. Ah, much more comfortable. Okay. Listen, Gimli.
You have returned from your mission of secrecy.
What befell you while you walked among the ranks of the enemy? You tell Legolas about your experience with the supporters of the heirs of Castamere and about their conflict with Nakasi and Tumuldo, emissaries of the kindred of the court. You do not grieve to hear that supporters. I do not grieve to hear that supporters of the heirs perished as a result of their own treachery, but they were a known danger, and I feel we could manage them easily. We know little or nothing about the kindred of the coins, and that does worry me.
We returned to Minas Tirith and told the king what we discovered.
The heirs of Casimir still have their supporters, but Be'lakor himself is likely dead, and no leader has the strength to replace him. Those tidings were enough to convince Elisard that his tour of the kingdom could safely proceed. But now you tell us that there is another group who wishes Gondor ill. It's not going to turn around now. Okay, talk to King Elisar inside the Tower Guard house. Come on, Flourish. I love this mount. I like the hoof effect. Oh, I gotta remember how to get there. Poltine, how's it going? I cannot complain. Very soon on this character, I'll be starting the story. The new story. Oh, I guess I should jump off the horse before I walk in. I would be... Oh, where are you? Where's the king?
My friend, I want to thank you for accompanying Legolas and Gimli on their scouting mission.
Have you been playing the story, Potin? Thank you for accompanying Legolas and Gimli on it. As you can see, I have at last prevailed at court, and now my tour of the kingdom can begin. Lower your voice and tell the king what you learned about the heirs of Casimir and the kindred of the coin, including at last that the worrisome news that some near to the king may secretly support the heir. He dismisses your worry away. I'm not troubled by this news. I've only I brought only those I trust with me on this tour, including my most capable bodyguard. Tell Elisir that you already spoke with Legolas and Gimli outside, and he smiles. I speak of another, my friend. You may find my fiercest bodyguard somewhere outside the hall of Lady... Oh... Benialus. Wow. I'm sure I butchered that. Sorry, lady. Near the top of Imloth. Wow, I am not very good with these pronunciations. Professor Olson would be horrified at my pronunciation. Yeah, with me, I haven't, on my main, to be honest, I really haven't been really doing this story. I think I'm in the middle of chapter 2.3. Because I wanted to get the level cap quickly. This way I could take my time going through the story. Oh, I have a feeling. Did I make a wrong turn? Probably. All right, come here. Come on, Flourish. Which on my main, I hit 150 this afternoon. I've run so many missions lately. Let's see, you were outside though. Let me guess, you are the one called Bodyguard.
Why should I remain behind? Is it not now my kingdom also?
It'll prove quite easy in the end. Why should I remain behind in Minas Tirith while my husband sees his kingdom? It is not now my kingdom. Is it not now my kingdom also? And who thinks us first considered the daughter of Elrond, and to those who believe her to be defenseless, I say only this: beware. You ask Arwen if she knows anything about the songs of waves and wind. The queen thinks for a moment. Not heard a song by that name, but songs of every sort have a mysterious power, both upon the singer and upon those who hear them. One of the heralds who travels with the company is a minstrel of some repute. Perhaps she has heard this song. Benail is her name, and she should be outside the tower guardhouse in the center. Imloth Belui. Songs have power, especially in this game where it can hear you. All right, Flourish, come on. We need to go back to the guardhouse. Okay. Going back to the guardhouse. Okay, now, can I remember how to get there? Probably not. We're to talk to people on the horse.
The Song of Waves and Wind? I confess that nothing comes at once to mind.
Well, I suppose there are a number of melodies to which that name could apply. I hope I have not disappointed Queen Arwen. I will keep my ears attentive as the king tours Gondor. Will you be joining us? I hope you will. The traveling company is a large one, but there will always be room for a friend of the king and queen such as you. And you, a hero in your own right besides. None will think to threaten them while you stand near. You thank Danielle for her time and wonder if she is right. Or what I have is better. I mean, yeah, I guess we can do that. You get that pony. King's pony. Which is a cool pet. A really cool looking pet. I'll show it off. Really cool pet. Go away, pony. I have not named you yet. Because I just got you. Okay. Now, from here, we start the new expansion. If you have not done that, spoiler warning, going from here.
Even in time of peace, Gondor is wide, and travel will take some time.
After all, the king desires to speak with as many of his folk as he can, doing whatever might be done to ease their burdens after the war. Speak with him inside and learn what he wishes to accomplish in Imloth Ilui before continuing his journey.
I too am concerned
forgot
about the
it did that.
kindred of the coins.
But whatever power now controls Umbar is beyond the bay. We must first see to the well-being of our people while we have the time to do so. Already, we have come to some of the deepest wounds inflicted by the War of the Ring. Lady Danialos was here in sorrow. Is the widow of my fighting companion Orlong, who perished on the Eleanor. Her grief is twofold. For she also survives another, her brother Denethor, victim of Sauron's manipulations. She's the sister of Denethor. Arwen has taken one of the healers who accompanies us, and the two of them have gone to speak with the lady. Will you attend them and learn if my queen's administrations have eased her sorrow? The Hall of Lady is to the east. As the Esquire runs ahead of me. But tonight I am playing on Landreval, which is my main server now. Oh, we'll pull out Flourish. Can't ride until... There we go. Oh, I forget. people I knew I wouldn't remember. Oh, I think it's right. Right. All right, Flourish. You relax for a little bit. Jump through the doorway. The healer, Aerith, is deep in discussion with Lady and Queen Arl.
I was just telling the Lady Vanulos that all clouds will surely pass, even in times of grief.
Say, Lady Van Yellows. What are the chances that I remember? I say, from the nut. And all clouds will surely pass, and even in time of grief, there will be a new dawning, and the sun will shine out in the morn, such as you could never expect in the nighttime. When all seemed darkness, when all seemed darkest. It's true that these have been sorrowful days, and many tears have been shed. But it is like I always say, there's a remedy for it. And you just have to find the right one. And I learned a great deal about healing remedies when I was just a child in Imloth, Louis. Yes, I grew up here among all these flowers. Did I ever tell you that? It is true. But when I was just a girl, I never expected to see much farther than just down the hill or past the curve in the road. And wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know that I went on to dwell in Minas Tirith, and in the House of Healing, there would be a great many ailments that would take more than medicine, but also a soothing word or three. Is like I always say. Okay, Lady Danielos.
The queen and her healer, Eorith, mean well, but they can provide no healing for me.
Mine is no ordinary grief. It is not the sorrow of a woman whose husband marched to war or perished there, but that of a woman whose brother ruled a city and fell when it burned. The eye of the Lady Vanulos shines with tears, but sadness alone does not line her face. Her expression is haunted too by guilt. But that I had no part in this, then might I grieve as does the rest of Gondor. But I have done as they do not, or I dreamed of what would transpire, and I did nothing to prevent it. Wow, talk about guilt. That's gotta suck. You dreamed of it and did nothing? Wow. It is as if I put the axe in the hand of he who slew my forlong, or cast the torch that set aflame the city walls behind which my brother Denethor perished. As if I, Danielos, did these things by failing to prevent them. Holy moly.
Not all dreams have the meaning you give to them, Vanulos.
But my people know well that some there are to whom the Valar grant the gift of foresight. Gift, I say. But if so, it must be an unwelcome one. Vanulos nods unhappily, and Arwen briefly takes her hand. None disbelieve you, sweet woman. Your dreams came to pass in a way you foresaw, And great is the pain to grieve, especially when the grieving must begin before the loss is suffered. But you think you have prevented what the Valar showed to you. Can you really believe it might be so? Does the Lady of Imloth Melui stand among the ranks of such as they? The expression of guilt on Vanulos's face disappeared, replaced with shock. Arwen continues. Of course not, my dear. Let me help you ease this burden. Now, Siron, take this bowl and fill it with water from one of the fountains outside the hall. Then add it to some of the water that falls from the heights in the northwestern reaches of Imloth Mili. This will help to soothe the mind of Lady Vanulos. Okay, fill the bowl. I can do that. Open says I. Okay. Fill the bowl. Success. Okay. Flourish. You are needed. There you are, Flourish. Okay. This way. I want to ride through the bushes. Flourish would not be happy. Okay. First. Right. Oh, yes, Squire's way. Almost there. As daughter unit just walks right on by. All right, Flourish, you take a drink of water while I do this. There we go. I actually want to stand up for this. But it's somewhat roleplay it. Okay. Turn to the Hall of Lady Vanulos. All right, Flourish, come here. You are needed again. Okay. I'm attracted by the banner. They're kind of cool. Our unit just keeps walking by. If that's not distracting. It's daughter unit. Daughter unit's waving. Hi, daughter unit. jump through the portal.
Ihido ininhi. Akai tho hey.
Thank you. Arwen accepts the ceramic bowl from you, taking care not to spill any of the liquid within. She passes her hand over the water and speaks quietly. This did is Elvis. I'm guessing it's Brynja. Says that, and hands the bowl to Lady Danielos. She indicates the Lady of Osarnach should take a sip of the cool waters. When Danielos has done so, Arwen smiles. My friend Yorith would tell would tell you no remedy acts as quickly as we might wish, but I hope you will find the comfort you deserve. Grieve for your husband Forlong and for your brother Denethor, but think not to carry the blame of what befell them, and that you are blameless, and the fault lies with Sauron, who wove it, or with the Valar who thought such dreams might be of use to you. Someone leveled up. Always cheer people who level up. Bye, daughter unit. Going to your room. But sports ball is on the TV. Yeah.
Oh, is this elf magic, my queen?
The water is cool and refreshing, and even as it passed my lips, I confess I felt my burdens lift. Can I thank you enough for your kind word and for this remedy? I will grieve for my family keenly, but you are right. If the dreams of Danielos were sent by the powers, none would think her able to turn aside from them or prevent the horrors so revealed. That would be arrogance, unbefitting the Lady of Losanach, or indeed any woman of Gondor. Thank you for aiding Queen Arwen with this ritual of elf magic. I appreciate what you have done, and I will not forget it. Back to the king! The king awaits! Hologram. I didn't see. Okay, back to the king. I'm going to use up all my mithril. Oh, it's not on this. Am I going the right way? Oh. Or did I take a wrong? Oh, I really do want to use a mithril coin. Okay. Where did I turn? Did I make a mistake? I'm gonna find this thing. Dang it. Oh. I need to go down and then, okay. This way. Ah! I found it! Every time I walk in somewhere, that's the darn thing. Maybe it's me.
Arwen was able to provide some comfort to the Lady Vonulos. I am pleased to hear it.
But it is no surprise to me. She has always had a rare talent for putting folk at ease, which is only one of the reasons for which I'm glad she accompanies me on this tour of our kingdom. She left me little chores, of course, but it will do Gondor much good to see its queen. Okay.
Lady Vonulos is not the only resident of Lothar who grieves the loss of Forlong.
Okay, that one in. Okay. Wait, back to the story. Lady Vanulos is not the only resident of Losanach who grieves the loss of Forlong. He was a most popular figure and treated all the folk of the lands within his governance as his as if they were his own children. Sometimes he treated me in this way, despite the differences in her. Good old Forlong, they used to cheer. We fought together on more than one battlefield, and he was always a true friend and big-hearted. I and his frame grew to match, Good old Forlong, alas for war. The people of Losanach will need to provide for themselves until another lord is raised to the station. And I doubt not they will. But it will take time to replace such a hole as Forlong leaves. Let us travel to Arnach and see what the people there need. Off to Arnach! And did I unlock it? I cannot remember. If I were to take a guess, probably not. Okay. I know I said it before, but I like the map now. You know, a little small would have been ideal, but I cannot complain with the way. I don't know why I'm still. Well, I haven't called. Yet I continue to run. Shortcut. Almost there. Yeah, it would have been a lot quicker. for me to jump on my horse.
How can I be of service?
You haven't unlocked. We'll take the slower horse. No need to go too quickly. Oh, it's just Marcus. Just Marcus B. It's empty. Oh, of course I'm here. No one prepared for this. Okay. Over.
That is the king? What's he doing here in Arnach?
Doesn't he know he is supposed to stay in his tower? What's he doing in Arnach? Don't think he's a very good... Doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be picking berries and hunting deer to fill the storehouses. Now that the men have come back from war, he's not going to do that. A president.
Is that the king? What is he doing here?
Have you done something wrong? Have we done something wrong, stranger? What could bring one such as he to our little village? Is he here to punish us? We not suffered enough? Oh, only Lord Forlong had returned from the fighting. He would speak to the king and tell him we have done all we should. I need to talk to you, ma'am.
That is King Elisar! Oh, I would know him anywhere.
Our family attended the royal wedding, stranger. Well, we were among the crowd, but even at so great a distance, I could tell the king and his elf bride would be so happy in each other's arms and would rule Gondor fairly and well. But I did not expect either of them to come to Arnach. Is he going to get mud all over his fine clothes? Oh dear, I'm so ashamed. Wow, you talk about different thoughts these... Jiminy Christmas.
What do the folk of Arnach need us to do?
Oh, well. We tell Elisar that some folk believe he is here to punish them, and as kings and stewards rarely came to their village before. But that others plan to pick berries and hunt for game to fill the village storehouse. Not going to punish them. They and their lord did more than they could be expected of anyone during the past few months. We will help them with their tasks, my friend. And when we move on, we will leave their storehouses filled. Is that clear enough? Yes, sir! I should do the right thing and bow to him. Why not? Okay. Pick berries from bushes. Okay. Alright, Flourish, I'm gonna need... Oh, shoot, I forgot to put on my fine garb when I stood before the king. Dang it. Such a failure. Look at his roleplay in this stuff. I'm not really role. I'm not going to dress properly before the king. Even if he is just strapped. Okay, berry bush. I can pick it from here. One. Two bush. Oh. Three berry bushes. Oh. Back you. Aha. Oh, it's Eladon.
This was my berry bush. Now it is fine.
The bounty of all these bushes will end up in the Arnok storehouse. Not that I picked the finest berries from this bush before you arrive. Wow. While I chose to pick these berries, my sibling is more of a hunter and brought down a deer not far from here. Perhaps you can start preparing the meat to bring back to Arnok. The deer should be just enough. The deer should be just to the southeast of here. South. Oh, let me guess. Right where the arrow is pointed. That makes too much sense. How do you kill a bee? With the sword, of course. Queen.
I borrowed this bow from my brother Elro here. Will you return it to him?
Maybe Queen, but I think it is important for the folk of Gondor to see that I work to provide for them, as does my husband. Will you return his bow and quiver to him while I finish preparing this meat? It has been some time since I had such a task, but you know how it is done. Over here will be somewhere in Arnok, working alongside my husband. Okay. It's off to Arnok we go. Hi-ho. 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 It's off to Arnok we go. I'm not a dwarf, so I don't think I should be singing that song. I am the race of man, this character. Like the milestone. I think it's cool how they changed the milestone depending on the region. Elro here. How are you?
Ah, I see my sister has finished with the bow and quiver I lent to her.
I hope she was not too disappointed not to bring down any prey. Tell Elro here that Arwen is even now preparing the meat from her fruitful hunt, and he laughs. Even after so many years, she has the skill for it. even after so many years, she has the skill for it. I thought residing in Imladris these past years might have driven how it is done from her memory. But I suppose it is not so. She need not prove it to me, though perhaps it is the folk of Gondor she thinks need of convincing. Anyway, thank you for the return of my bow and quiver. You're welcome.
Thanks to our efforts, the folk of Arnach will be well provided for in the weeks to come.
I hope this will be a comfort to them and to the memory of Forlong. Will you speak with Bahranor and learn if there is aught else we can do before departing? Perhaps he will have news of villages in Upper Abinin that can guide our. Again, I'm not sure if that's the proper way to pronounce it, but that's how I've been pronouncing it.
We do appreciate the work you all have done for us. Of course we do.
It's just that, well, the folk of Arnach are a little uncomfortable with their king doing such labor. It is not unwelcome. They are just unused to such things. They have taken hard the death of Forlong. If you encountered him in a tavern, he might buy ales for everyone in the place. Spin tales you couldn't help but believe, no matter how incredible they seem. But he was one of us, good old Forlong. The king and his elf queen. They seem well intentioned, but it will take time for the people to warm to them. You understand? The king wishes to know of news of Upper Denon. I have been in contact with Captain Imladir of Umladen. And he says now the war is over. The refuge is empty, but slowly. Other than that, I've heard little.
Aye, Baranor surely speaks truth.
Okay. Sorry. Distracted myself. Tumladen must be emptying of refugees now that the War of the Ring has ended and people of Gondor return to their homes. I'd like to hear how that proceeds, but perhaps we need not bring the company there entirety.
I will go with the rest of the traveling party to Pelagir, but I ask that you journey first to Tumladen.
Oh, I'm gonna hang on. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'd ask that you journey first to Dunladen and speak with Captain Mladier. If he has need of you, do what you can to assist him in my name. When he can assure you that the situation at the refuge is well in hand, then I will see you again in Pelagia. I have much to discuss with Sirgon, as you know, and I would prefer to speak with him sooner instead of later. Okay. Don't think that. Go, Master.
How can I be of service?
Is, but I haven't unlocked it. Oh. I need to go this way. Flourish! We are in need of you. Okay. Alright, head the correct one. Gonna be at a high point, so need to look out. The details on this bridge. Ooh, I wonder what. Really cool, right? Anyway, squirrel. I have a lot of squirrel moments. Okay. Let's follow the road. And I'm waiting to get to part. It's just outside of Umbar, which I was taking pictures when it was on. The expansion was on the public test server, Bulwar. And when I was looking at it, taking pictures, and I was about to take a picture, I'm like, what is that? So I went closer, and now I'm hoping that they've done at least a quest line that explains what the structure is. Which is like a broken down church or something like that, a chapel, and there's a statue in there. Want to know what that's about. You have discovered Tumladen. Okay, where is a hi to the stable master?
Hello there.
Hello there. Just saying hi. There's a really good chance I'll be needing your services in the future. And I did not go the right way. Go this way. Hurt. Weird whore. Rombin. There's the captain. Captain, my captain.
I cannot tell you how pleased I am that Lady Teranese has returned to Minas Tirith.
Now that the need for safe refuge from the war has passed, but there are fresh difficulties to replace the old ones. A group of dwarves has come from Baruk Sahar with a proposal, but I am not certain I have the authority to grant it. Perhaps you will speak with them, since you have come lately from the king. You may better know his mind. And what you would think of their proposal. They are to the southeast and intend to survey the buildings of Tubaden. South. South. Oh, not far. Ooh. Okay. Definitely have to stay out of the way. Why I the bow.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And I trust you speak with the king's own authority.
The captain with whom we spoke earlier did not, and he spent many words telling us so, wasting his time and our own. I am pleased you have taken his place. My fellows and I were sent here by Commissar, ruler of the Tamir folk, who dwell in Uruk-Zahar, stronghold of the White Mountain. Long have we worked alongside the people of Gondor, helping to repair and rebuild their cities. But the recent devastation is worse than any in our memory and requires a good deal more effort and resources if it is to be made right. To that end, Amasir wishes to send more crafters and dedicate more blocks of stone to the work. The Fari Sentinel and I have come to survey the needs of this refuge. Can you assure us that the King of Gondor will give us appropriate payment for any work we here perform? You tell Asitam that King Elisar is known for his fair dealings, and he greatly desires that Gondor be restored. The dwarf smiles broadly. Then he will not regret hiring the Kamamir dwarves of Uruk-Zahir, my new friend. Let us continue deeper into the refuge and see how much work will be required. Survey debris within Tumladen up the slope to the northeast. Okay, here we go. There's the pile of debris. Back to my. Okay. Asitam shakes his head and clucks his tongue as he studies the debris. Let's keep going this way. All right, Asitam. A nearby resident of Tumladen sighs loudly as the dwarf studies the debris. Now you emerge from your mountains. Wow. It's more debris! A nearby resident of Tumladen mutters something under his breath. Where were you during the war? Whoa. Or scowls angrily at you in the Tumladen. Hey, chill, dude. The needle curses but does not attack.
I hope the King of Gondor appreciates your work on his behalf, for most of his folk may not.
Would they think to aid us if our stronghold was directly threatened, while their own towns and villages were not? I know the answer, though they believe otherwise. Thank you for helping us keep the peace. I will bring my report back to Hasamir. Ham Isar. Sorry, didn't mean to really butcher. And I will tell him that the king has, for now, agreed to these repairs. Our price will be fair in the friendship between our folk. Well, there is more to be repaired than just stone, it seems. Will you convey an invitation to your king on Hamasar's behalf? He is welcome to visit us at Baruch at his earliest convenience. After all, it is one thing to do business between reliable intermediaries, such as you and I, but when rulers can meet face to face, it seems to me much more can be accomplished better and more quickly. Good day to you, my friend. Kazad Haminu. Remember right, that means the dwarves among us. If I remember right. Okay, need to go talk to Captain. We'll go around the horse.
Round the horse. Where we need to go.
There's the captain.
I am not surprised to hear your report.
Not surprised to hear your report of the dwarves of Baruch Zahir, for I have heard the mutterings around Tumladen. The folk here wonder why the doors of the dwarves remained shut during the war and only open when the danger has passed. I say they wonder, but that is not the truth. I know the reason, and resent the dwarves for it. Where was this help when it might have saved lives? I know each folk must look first after its own, but we could have used the assistance of Baruch Zahir before now. It is good you prevented the insults from turning into bloodshed. We have seen enough of this. We have seen enough of it this year. At least, even in Timamir, even if the Timamir stayed safely in their mountains and saw none. You go now to see King Elisar and Peligir. Tell him of the agreement you brokered with Farouk Sahir, and also that the refuge of Tumladen stands strong, his purpose fulfilled, and with good fortune, it will not need to be used again for many years. Let's hope. Now, here's the question. Did I unlock Peligir on this character? I think it did, but don't quote me. I don't know. Yes, I found her.
Greetings, friend.
For Peligir, yes. Which one do we need? Need the east. We'll take the slow horse. Why not? We'll take the scenic route. This way we can be distracted while still moving. Oh, it's such a beautiful view. Checking out the view. Oh, I gotta remember how to get down. I'm getting close to the point where this will be all new stuff to me. I'm really close to that point. Here pretty soon. The story will get really interesting. So cool. I'm right. I need to go through pillars. Oh, try. Best way. Us. I believe. We need to get that way. Okay, I'm this way. This way. I think I remember. Okay. Boom. All the way to the end and then down the stairs. Do it properly. Look at me go. There is the king. Don't doubt that Umbar still stares at Gondor.
It is good to see you back, my friend. How stands the refuge of Tumladen?
We tell Alistair about the situation in Tumladen and of the expedition of Imamir dwarves that came there to survey the state of the buildings, as well as the resentment felt toward them by some of the Gondorians. I understand their feelings, even as I wish it was not so. Perhaps I should accept the invitation of Baruch Sahir in order to repair the relations between my kingdom and theirs. But first, work to attend to in Peligir. Okay.
Ships that were once the pride of Gondor lie now at the bottom of the bay, or burned along the coast.
Sighorn has been showing me the states of the Gondorian Navy. I confess to you that it is worse than I feared. The Corsairs of Umbar knew where to strike, and with precisely how much force. And the ships that were once the pride of Gondor are now at the bottom of the bay or buried along the coast. It is true we see some of their own vessels, without without which we could not have arrived in Minas Tirith in time. But most of those were in poor shape, or are now. We do not know how much of Umbar's sea powers has been inherited by the kindred of the coins, but unless it is very little, we have scant hope of repelling it. Should the kindred cross the bay with ships of their own, I have accepted Sirgom's suggestion that he step down as the Lord of Abinan in favor of his son, Baltharon. But there is a condition. He must supervise the rebuilding of Gondor's ship, and he must do it with utmost haste.
My king has done me the great honor of allowing me to step down.
And I will do the best I can to repay him for it tenfold, as will my son, Baltharon. Baltharon. Gondor's fleet is at its lowest ebb now, but I hope to restore its glory to such a height as has not been seen in hundreds of years. Perhaps I shall set sail once again, and as I do in my dreams. But I have a task, and it will occupy my every waking moment. My son has his own task, and it involves clearing out some of the unsavory folk that have taken to preying upon the folk of Illigir. Ships cannot be built without craftsmen, and craftsmen cannot work if they are not being craftsmen cannot work if they are being burgled and harassed whenever they cross the city. Will you aid my son with his task and make the port city more safe for my workers and for their families? If I remember right, this is where I left off. So, from here, this is all new to me. Okay. I need to go all the way to the other. All right, Florida. You're coming with me. All right. This is all new now. Get as far as we can in the time that is. Okay. This way. I go all. Looks like I can. I shall. Nope. How about we go up those stairs over there? Okay, dismount. Friggin'! Take that, buddy! I don't know where. Down one. That's not a fair fight. I'll take more of you than that. Down one such as I. Alright, I need 2 more. In sit down here. Take that. And that. Ha ha! Okay, talk to. Let's see. For this way. This way. Or down the stairs. Down the stairs way. I do not know if I have the fortitude.
I do not know if I have the fortitude to follow my father as the Lord of Lebanon, but I will do my duty.
As best I can. I've begun by trying to stamp out the brigands with whom my brother, Lord Vigil, sought to seize the city. But there are many and well hidden. Some may be allies of the heirs of Casimir, and I have heard whispers that a new power rises in Umbar. I think they might seek to court it if they can. But my father is right. If we are to resist foes from Umbar, we must repair and rebuild our ships. He planned to show the king how the work progresses, and you should catch up with them at the dry dock to the southeast. Okay. Flourish. We need it because that's a long way for me to run. This bridge. Bridge over here. South. We need to be over there. Okay. This area. Yes, you are. You are here.
The work progresses, but it progresses slowly.
I feared not as quickly as does the situation in Umbar. Let's see. We will take that dagger.
But I sadly admit that staring at the ships under construction will not speed up the process.
Let's see. But I sadly admit that staring at the ships under construction will not speed up the process. Gondor must now depend on the skill of her craftsmen and the quality of their work, and her king must look to other matters. The kindred of the coins turn its gaze upon our shores in the next few months. We will need Gondor's fleets, buildings, and quays repaired. But we will also need to repair the bonds of friendship between Gondor and her neighbors. Let us accept the invitation of the dwarves of Brugzahir. We will visit them in the White Mountains and negotiate a fair agreement between their people and my kingdom. We will need true-hearted allies in the days to come, and Gondor Stone's work could use the attention of such as these dwarves. What does my queen say to this proposal?
My husband speaks the truth. If ties of friendship are neglected, they can slip loose entirely.
It sounds to my ear that the affection between the people of Gondor and the dwarves of the White Mountain already strained and threatens to become worse. The king should take a similar party than the one with which he left Minas Tirith. To go with him and Gimli, and I suggest too that he bring the company's scribe, Kibar. Should any records be drawn about the meeting between my husband and the ruler of Farouk Sahir, Sebar will have the tools necessary. The rest of the company will stay for a few days in Peligir, but we will rejoin your small band in Os Engelbed and continue onward together.
You will want me along on this mission, of course.
The dwarves of Farouk here are not longbeards, but you cannot best a dwarf when it comes to speaking with other dwarfs. They will want to hear what I have to say, even as I spared not a moment for the king of Gondor. It's true that you don't see Timamir in the north very often, but they did answer the call of the Sixth War of Dwarves and Orcs, and suffered losses as serve as any other house. Their stronghold of Farouk Sahir is hidden in a cleft of the White Mountains to the north of Pilik. Then, let us be off and see if the hospitality of the Timamir is to be as noteworthy as their wisdom. Okay, where is it? Wow. Okay, so I need to go the west. Up this way. Okay. Flourish, you are way needed. Okay. I think I know where I'm going. Let's hope I do. If I don't, well, I'm gonna blame... Hey, let's blame the wife. This way. Since the wife usually blames me for stuff, this time I will blame her. She's not in the room and I can get away with it. Up the stairs. Good. Let's be off. Here to go. Okay. All right. We'll go this way and we'll hit as many of the stable masters as we can. Wow, we are outrunning the red dot. That is my goal. I achieved this goal. Find out. You know that we need to go way.
What can I do for you?
Just saying hi. Pass on by. Okay, I need to go this way. Okay. Oh, we're following the road again. Never know when you're going to need that stable map. Might as well say hi while you can. Since we are close. Oh, we got wolf following us. Are we to that? We're getting there. And very close. Pinching crawler. Oh, that's he's so good. Arastrad.
Hail and well met.
Well met. Yes. Saying hi. Oh, let's quickly run past you. And you, Mr. Bear. Oh, coming after us. We don't have time to look at the bear. Really don't have time to look at the bear. Oh my gosh, we got a long way to ride. Numlock it is. Oh, don't. No, alive. Alive. There's shit. Oh. Branches. Beautiful bear. Oh! A bear, next thing I know, I'm getting shot with arrows. Alright, Flourish, you need to heal up. You really need to heal up. Okay. I do like the dwarf in the waterfall. But Brut Sahir.
I bid you welcome.
Well, thank you. Dismount, please.
Welcome to Farouk Sahar,
Sahar.
stronghold of the Timamir in the White Mountains.
Okay, I need to get those pronunciations again.
Welcome to Farouk Sahar, stronghold of the Timamir in the White Mountains.
Timamir. Okay, Brut Sahar and Timamir. Okay, welcome to Brut Sahar, stronghold of the Timamir in the White Mountains. All are welcome within, of course, but affairs of state are such that the arrival of the King of Gondor demands a little extra preparation. I ask you to wait until I hear word from my brethren inside that you may enter. I do not wish to inconvenience you, but it is also customary to bring a gift when you arrive here. Perhaps some meat from the game that is to be found in this valley. Do not wish to impose a burden upon you, but it would be a great shame if I were to allow you inside without such a gift. And you were thought to be discourteous. I cannot allow that to happen if it might be prevented.
We are here on a mission of friendship. We will do what custom and tradition demand.
Let us hunt some of the wild game to be found in this valley, and may the Timamir enjoy what bounty we can bring them. I trust the game animals of this vale are plentiful. The Kale of Brut Sahar. We go hunting. Thanks. One. Ooh. Another bear. We don't need pinching. Lumbering cub. You do for meat? A show. Color will not do. And it will not. A bear will do. And it will not. But a lynx will do. We got 6 of 6. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Yes, we can. Okay. That will destroy those. Just because I feel like being mean. Just in case, we probably should change for the occasion. Oh, which one was it? Yep. We'll go in this garb. arranged for the occasion.
Yes, this gift will do nicely.
It is good.
However,
It is good you have done nicely. It is good that you have done as my people expect, and our ruler, Commissar, will be pleased to learn that the King of Gondor does not think himself above such custom as we hold here in Faruk Sahar. Zakhel permits himself a small smile and then shakes his head regretfully. However, it pains me to tell you that we are not yet ready to allow the King of Gondor inside. Let to wait a little longer. I'm waiting. Wait, how much longer do I have to wait? Okay, there's a timer there. What explains that? It's Gimli. Yes, Gimli?
This is intolerable! How long do they intend to make us wait?
We did not come here to be made to stand on the doorstep like common peddlers. Should any Timamir come to Thorin's halls, would they be kept outside for the merest whim? I think they would not. Lysair gives Gimli a meaningful look, and the dwarf glowers at him. I'm sorry, my friend. But this endless waiting is intended as an insult. You cannot see it. Did they not invite the King of Gondor to visit them, or did they do so in order to slight you in this fashion? No long beard would stand for it, and I should think the King of Gondor would have more demands upon his time than would allow him to waste such time as this.
And we're waiting, and we're waiting. We're waiting.
Allow me to convey Hasamir's deepest apologies for the wait. He is, of course, delighted to meet with the King of Gondor and his companions. Regrets only that the meeting has not happened before now. You may enter. Hasamir awaits you within. Please, go in and find him. Find Hasamir in the throne room of Faruk Sahir. Faruk Saha. Faruk Saha. Gonna get it. Like, enter and don't even. These people run faster than me. Throne of Faruk Saha. I do like that ship name, Lag. Makes me laugh.
welcome, King Elisar, to the stronghold of Faruk Zahar.
How shameful that our folk have remained neighbors for so long without you coming to visit us here. I mourn that it took the fighting of a war to bring us together, but at least something did so. Casimir turns his attention to you. I gave my greeting to the king, but of course his companions are welcome here as well. He and I have matters to discuss concerning the ongoing relationship between our peoples and how the Imamir can best aid in the rebuilding of his kingdom. I would not think to bore you with such matters. I hope you will explore the boastful corridors of Faruk Sahar and meet with my folk. I have a feeling you're just giving me busy work. Which is fine, because I don't want to just stand around while you perform negotiations. In the armory. Or the armory of Luke Sahar. The armory bustles with activity and sound of doors working at the fort.
It is good to see you again.
I did not expect the king of Gondor to accept the invitation of to visit Faruk Sahar so swiftly. It reflects well upon him for respecting the will of Hassim Emissar, and upon you for bringing word to him with such haste. I hope you enjoy your stay here, and that King Elisar and ruler Hamasar are able to arrive at a fair and equitable arrangement that will enrich both of their. Okay, I need to go to kitchen, room south of the throne room. To talk to those two. When seriously you feel a strange sensation of dread as you approach the door. I ask that you wander elsewhere, stranger. There is nothing for you here.
Ask that you wander elsewhere, stranger. There's nothing for you here.
I just said that. Why are you repeating me? Bruh. Wrong. The kitchen. Where are the kitchen? We're only dressed this nicely because of the fact that we're here on official king's business. Oh, I turn yet. Now I want to turn. Kitchen.
What has brought you to Faruk Zahar? I hope you do not think to involve us in your wars.
The Timamir of Faruk Zahar have always welcomed visitors from the other dwarf families. But Hamasar shut the gates for a reason. He did not intend to invite Gondor's wars. What kind of dwarves don't want to fight? Doesn't sound right. Something sounds fishy. That locked chamber really intrigues me. Something is afoot. I have no idea what it is, honestly. I've not gotten it this far in this story. Name. Boom. King Elisar.
Amisar and I have come to an arrangement. During the discussion, something revealed itself to me.
Into an arrangement for the continued relation of his people and mine. During the discussion, something revealed itself to me. Elisar, hold your gaze with a stern eye. Elisar spoke to me of a group arising in Umbar, across the Bay of Bephalis. He says they call themselves the kindred of something. What was it? Let's see. Amisar smiles at King Elisar indulgently.
They are called the kindred of the coins, Elisar, but feel no shame at forgetting it.
The name is fresh in my mind, for a member of their company visited Baruch Sahar some weeks ago with a proposal.
This messenger was named Koltek, and he belongs to the kindred of the coins.
And had overthrown the servants of Sauron who ruled in Umbar. Now, they name it a free city and seek allies to defend themselves from those who preferred the old order of things and from Gondor, he said. There's a proposal of peace and friendship that Koltek brought to me. I do not wish to become involved in the affairs of Umbar, so while I do not immediately refuse, nor did I give him the enthusiastic agreement he desired, I sent him on his way. But if he was disappointed, he did not show it when he departed. That was a fortnight ago, and he is likely back in Umbar by now. But we have spoken now for such a time that my throat is parched, my eyes weary. Accept a guest room, remain here for the night. There's no need for you to depart as speedily as you did Koltek after all. A room will be provided for you on the eastern side of the fortress, King Elisar, and I trust your companions will take their rest in comfort. What say you to this?
Suppose.
We will accept your gracious offer of hospitality, Amisar.
Amisar. Thank you for dealing with the emissaries of the kindred of the coins, as you say. Gondor does not wish for war, and if Umbar does not offer violence, you will have no need to respond with such. Come, my friends. We will retire to our guest rooms and leave Amisar to think upon the matters we discussed. No doubt he values the friendship of Gondor and understands the importance of such a relationship for Baruch Sahar and for his people. Find the guest rooms. Let's see. I need. Boom. Okay. The guest rooms. All right. Oh, this story is really good. guest chambers. Talk to all of you. Let's start off with the king.
I do not like this. Hamisar is hiding something.
I think he would have preferred not to speak to us of the kindred of the coins, and had we left him the choice, he would not have spoken of them at all. I believe that Kotek came to Uruk Sahar. I am less certain the meeting was as Hamisar presented it. We should remain on our guard while we are here. Something about this situation not feel.
Do you really think Hamisar is lying to the king? Why would he risk such a dangerous deception?
I don't think he's in league with the kindred of the coins, do you? I'm just a scribe, and not especially accomplished at that. I am not an adventurer or a hero like you. I left my home in Ethring a few months ago, before the outbreak of war. Ever since I came to Minas Tirith in the service of the city, I've become embroiled in the great events I find myself unable to comprehend. It is all very overwhelming to me. What is Hamisar keeping from the king? Gimli, I am really, really interested in what you have to say.
That Hamisar is lying to us.
I do not know about what or why he seeks to deceive us, but I can see it plainly as you can see the beard on my handsome face. I knew there was something afoot when he made us wait so long on the doorstep. It was not mere discourtesy, it was villainy of some kind. We have yet to discover what type of villainy, perhaps, but villainy nonetheless. Do you think it has something to do with the unpleasant sensation of dread we felt at that door south of the throne room? What is Hamisar keeping in that chamber? That is a good question. And you know what? I really do want to investigate that door. We're gonna keep on. Keep on going. Although we are nearing the end, but of our stream for the day. As you approach the suspicious door, a nearby dwarf seeks to attract your attention.
You are a companion of the King of Gondor. Have we met?
My memory for faces is not what it once was, for I am far from home. I'm here visiting, but I believe I have information you should know. Quietly, we should not speak here. Let us meet inside the armory across the water to the northeast. There will be fewer unfriendly ears to hear what I have to say, and the noise from the forges should let us hide our conversation. Oh, trigger me and call me intrigued. I am really, really interested. Where'd you go, dude? There you are.
When I first arrived here, the Temamir showed me a great deal of hospitality.
And Hamisar gave me his personal welcome. I was most impressed, for while I have been warmly greeted at every dwarfhold I visited on my travels, Uruk Sahar outshone them all. But, and it all changed. A few days ago, an emissary from the kindred of the coins arrived. His name you know, for Hamazar told it to you. But he withheld his epithet and the folk to whom he belongs. His full name is Voltec the Cunning, and he is a dwarf of the Timamir who hails from some distant land, and yet it is not from Umbar he came, or at least not directly. He came from the west. From conversations I overheard, I understand that he received delivery of some artifact from the north, and he brought it with him to Faruk Sahar. Hamisar told you this emissary of the kindred departed, but I think he is still here. It is the dread of the artifact he bears that you sense outside the door where he shelters. I do not know why the Timamir became so cold to me after he arrived, or why their leader lies to the king of Gondor, but I thought you should know. I will speak with King Elisar briefly if it can be arranged in secret, but I think you should all leave this place before it is too late. Faruk Sahar may not be safe for you. Wow. What the? What is going on? What is this artifact? What is going on? Will I ever know? Oh, and here pretty soon I'm going to have to end the stream. Okay.
Gangur Farwend was just here, and he told me what he said to you.
I asked him to describe Voltec, and he did the best he could. He did say his memory for faces is not what it used to be. The bear sketched a drawing from the description. Here it is. Looks like little. Looks like a picture of Blackbeard. That's what it looks like.
My hand shook as I drew the sketch. I may not be cut out for such an adventure as this.
I hope you and the king find the drawing useful. Will you know Voltec the Cunning if you see him? If you will not, the fault lies with me. I apologize to the king, for I am only an amateur artist, but he would not hear it. He is too good for such as I am.
We have no choice now, my friends. We should get as much rest as we are able.
Whatever Hamisar thinks to keep from us, whether it is the continued presence of Voltec the Cunning in Faruk Zahar, or some other deception, cannot reveal it if he chooses to keep it hidden. We will depart in the morning. For now. Rest for now. But
It is time for us to take our leave, Hamisar of Faruk Zahar. We thank you for your gracious hospitality.
and for your continued friendship, the efforts of your folk on behalf of mine in the days to come will not be forgotten.
I share your hopes for the future, King Elisar of Gondor.
and have this to say as well. As you return to your kingdom and continue the journey about which you spoke yesterday, eve, let caution guide your steps. There are snakes in the grass everywhere. Indeed, even some dwarves may hold treachery in their hearts and give voice to things they ought not. I had to send one such troublemaker from Farouk Gengar Farwind is no longer welcome within these halls. But it is different for you and your companions, King Elisar. You, of course, are welcome to return at any time, such should you wish to discuss the continuing relationship of our folk. But remember what I say: beware of snakes in the grass, for they are more likely to strike when you expect it not.
Fear not, Homissar. I will remember your words.
Elisar gives you a knowing look. Come now, my friends. We shall rejoin the west of our traveling party at the Hall of Os Engelbed to the southwest. Okay, which we will head that direction. Okay, Ost Engelbed. Here's the question. Did I unlock that travel point? Alright, come on, Flourish. With me. But come on. There we go. Which we will head that direction. We will stop just outside the gate. Of which we need to... There we go. Put on comfortable clothes for travel.
I bid you welcome.
I do, which we will take the swift horse. Which we will stop right there as soon as we arrive. Okay, which we will stop right here. And I do want to thank Shaky Dog for the ring. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for everybody that did follow. I definitely want to thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Dog. Thank you for the raid. And I will be let me go to my ending soon screen. I will be on Tuesday nights. I will be on twitch.tv/Lotro stream for the continuing event for adventuring back to Rohan with me, Meilong, which I will be in the Lord of the Rings Online, but on a different character. I will be on a brawler, and the next time I stream, I will be streaming on this channel on twitch.tv/Meilong on Friday night at 7:30 Central Time. That's what time I'm used to saying. So 7:30 Central Time, which this past Friday was supposed to be Guild Wars 2, which I forgot. So it'll be Guild Wars 2 next Friday, or it'll be Lotro right here in Lord of the Rings Online. So until next time, I want everybody to have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because time zones, they are a thing, and I don't know if you are watching live or you are watching asynchronously. And I definitely want to thank you for watching, for tuning in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And until next time, peace. Have a good one, everybody.